Hey Chris, what are we cooking today?
Today we are making some Asian shrimp spring rolls. Delish. Hi, Chris Weitzel here, owner of Chris Seafood here in Woodstock at 1300 Seagrave, Unit 4. We are just cranking out the recipes today, and right now we're gonna get out and make some Asian shrimp spring rolls. So as you can see, we got a laundry list of ingredients here. So I took the time, got a nice mise en place going on here. And what we're gonna do, we're just gonna mix it all together. So we got some nice Napa cabbage here. Just shredded, this is a yellow carrot. It's got a bit different texture, a little bit different flavor than an orange carrot, but I like them. Green onion. The red peppers, I'm just gonna layer in the side there. We got, you can use any type of nut that you like. This is just some mixed nuts. There's cashews, almonds, a couple other things in there, but I just blitz them up instead of saving a bit of time. This is something that we like to make. It's another middle of the week meal, and you can do this stuff up. You can put it all into a Ziploc bag, let it sit overnight, marinate, and it gets better the next day. So in they go. I'm sorry, Holly, I did not get the mint or the cilantro. It does add a lot more flavor. I just had some parsley around, adds a bit of color, I guess a little bit of flavor. We got brown sugar. We got some rice wine vinegar. We're gonna add in some soy sauce. Maybe. What the? Add in some soy sauce. I try to use the low sodium as much as possible. Just a spray, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. And we have these vermicelli noodles, dried rice vermicelli noodles. I love these things, so I add a fair bit in here. And these still have, so remember Jamie's tip, always have some boiling water going before you start, and we have some in here in this bowl already for the rice papers to get soft. And these here, that's all, you don't need to boil the water. I did boil that, threw it in here, waited a couple minutes, threw this in. And then the last thing we're gonna do, microplane, just a bit of garlic that's really gonna heat it up. And I like to put this on right on top of those noodles that still have a bit of heat on them. And then we're gonna get some ginger. Again, this just smells amazing. The little bit of heat from those noodles. There. So like I say, this is really good just to mix, let sit in a Ziploc bag overnight. Even if you don't have, if not overnight, you just let that sit. Now onto the shrimp. We carry a lot of shrimp here. The shrimp that I just chose to use today are, I like to, when people come in and say they need some shrimp, I always like to ask, what are you doing? So these here, I'm just using some White Pacific. They're a little lower in price. You don't need, you can if you want, the nice black tigers, which have a really nice snap to them. These here, these White Pacifics, like I say, are a bit cheaper, a little easier on the wallet. And all you're gonna do is you're just taking the tail off. And we're just gonna set these aside. Do this quick as possible. We don't need a lot. I'm just gonna show you exactly how I roll these. Show you how I roll. This is kind of what my little hack, and this is a hack that we actually got from a good friend of ours, Leanne Greentree Kitchens. If you haven't had a chance to order any of her meals off the internet, I highly recommend it. She is an amazing chef. And this is just one hack. My wife and her are friends, and so we're using that warm water. You're putting your rice paper in there. And so I don't like to use the boiling water. Let it sit for a couple minutes. Let these sit in here for 10 seconds. And then you're gonna lay this out. And this is the hack that Leanne told us. Grab some sesame oil. That stuff just smells delicious. And this keeps your wraps nice and moist. For days. So, what I like to do is start on the lower third. And we're just going to, I'm going to reach to the bottom. You want to make sure you get a little bit of everything. Some of those carrots, some of the cabbage. You get a couple of the red peppers. All right, so we have everything assembled in the lower, like below the half line. Throw a couple peppers in there. I like to, the one thing you can do to stretch this meal out as well a little bit is, like I said, I'm using cooked shrimp. You can use raw shrimp. You can cook it up with some, just the way you would saute any shrimp, garlic, red hot chilies are nice, salt, pepper, done. These ones here, like I said, just cooked. What I was gonna say was you can cut these in half. And if you want, you can just do that. If you want to stretch this out a bit, that way you can layer them in there. We're gonna do one with, one without. So that looks nice and pretty. So what I like to do to start with, take this, fold that edge over, go to a side, fold that over, fold that edge over, and then just roll, keeping it tight. Nice tight roll. And there we go. The more you do, the better you get. But that there is one. I'm going to show you another one. They say 10 seconds into the lukewarm, was boiling water. That just gets nice and soft. I'm going to lay that out. Leanne Greentree hack. That sesame oil all over, right to the edge. That keeps them from drying out and breaking. Gonna reach to the bottom. We're gonna leave the red peppers where they can be seen. This time I'm just gonna leave the shrimp whole. And you can get away with 3 shrimp very easily. And again, time to roll. Pull up the bottom. Side. Side. And roll. And there we go. Always put that to the bottom. Let that sit. And there we go. So there we have nice shrimp Asian spring rolls. And that's it. So remember, we got tons of different shrimp to choose from. We have cooked, we got raw. Come on in and see us at 1300 Seagrave, Unit 4. Remember, I'm Chris at Chris Seafood, here to make your meals hook, line, and simple. Thanks. Well, this is delicious. You're gonna want some of this.